guys, so today we are doing a lesson on measurement. Now we've touched on that, Mrs. Shaw has started teaching you that, and we started doing it in some of our maths lessons. But today I want to do a little, some more detail into that exact topic. Okay? So can anyone give me an example of what we use measurement for? Abby?
So for the house we have to measure how big the house is going to be.
Yes, to build houses we need to know the exact measurements so we know what to buy and how big it can be, all of that. That's right. Ayanda? You don't know. Okay. Sophia?
For height.
For height, so we use it to measure the height of different things, different people. Tyler?
Measure things to know how long they are.
Okay, very true. Sarah?
So you can measure like somewhere so you can park your car like Grandma may want so my mom can park her car.
Like an awning type of thing.
And
Yes, okay. Guys, don't we use measurements to weigh out stuff as well? Like we use kilograms and grams to measure out different things we use for baking and stuff we buy. Okay, so what we call that is mass, which is the measurement of different objects. Okay? Then we also measure time. So we have a minute, which is how many seconds? We've learned that one. Who remembers?
60 seconds.
60 seconds. Okay, I'm not going to go too much into that. Then we have length, which is what we are going to be learning about today. Length. So that's centimeters, millimeters, meters, kilometers, all of that. Okay. We also measure temperature and obviously liquids, which is milliliters and liters. Okay.
So what is the
Capacity. That's like when we measure liquids. So milliliters, liters, that's what we've also learned. Okay. So, can anyone tell me what different units of measurements we use to measure objects, as in like length of something? Someone other than Abby? Come on, I want some different children. Oh my. Opum, what do we use? What's on our ruler?
Numbers.
Okay. And what is it? What do we use, guys? We use, Caleb? Okay. Abby?
You can use measuring tape.
Okay. So guys, what I'm asking is like centimeters. Who knows what centimeters is? Sophia?
The numbers on the ruler.
It is the numbers on the ruler, but it shows the exact measurement. So we first get millimeters. So it's the tiny ones. And then we get centimeters. I'm going to show you now. I've got a measuring tape and everything here. Okay, we've got millimeters. Then it gets a little bit bigger and it goes to centimeters. And then it gets even bigger and it gets to, if I can find it, it's here somewhere. It goes to meters. Here it is. Okay. Meters. And then kilometers, which is the big ones we use.
Is it the daddy of all of them?
It's the daddy of all of them. So take out your rulers quickly. I'm going to show you. Okay. Can everyone look at their rulers? And I want you to go to the one that's got these tiny little lines. Can you see the tiny little lines?
Yes.
Okay, don't go to the side that's got the big gaps. I want the tiny little lines. Those are millimeters. Okay, millimeters.
Guys, it's when this writing is
So
upside
it
down.
goes, and it goes 0, oh well, it goes, sorry, I'm on the wrong one. It's 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, can you see?
This is dancing.
Okay, it's got the little lines. Everyone got that one? You can start us with little lines.
It's counting in tens.
Good job. Okay, now little lines, my darling. Can you see the little lines in between there? Good. Okay, those are millimeters. No, yeah, those little lines. Can you see those? Okay, those little lines, in between 1 millimeter. Not milliliter, that's water, liquid. Okay, millimeter. Tiny little gap. Okay, then it gets bigger. And if you flip your ruler around, it goes to centimeters. Can you see it's got the bigger gaps? That is centimeters. We get 10 millimeters in 1 centimeter. Can you guys see that? Have a look. If you look on your ruler, it shows you 10 millimeters, but it's the same space as 1 centimeter. Can you see? So they are equal. Alright. Then we get meters. Meters is even bigger. Hey, we use that to measure things like our table or our door. Okay. Hold on. So, you get 100 centimeters in 1 meter. So if you took your ruler and you looked at your little centimeters, can you see your centimeters?
Yes.
And you took 100 of those little lines, it would be 1 meter. So, I'm going to show you. That is 1 meter. Can you guys see?
The whole tape.
This tape, this amount here, that is 1 meter. It has got, what can I show you? It's got 100 centimeters. Can you see it says 100 there?
I know.
It's 100 centimeters. Hey, that's how we can tell it is 1 meter. It says 100 centimeters. You guys see? Another way that we can think of a meter is from our tip of our finger over here all the way to this shoulder.
Like this?
Have a look, go put your arm straight. And it's from the tip of your finger all the way to your shoulder on this side.
Even like this.
No, it has to be straight. Straight. Can you guys see? Okay. That's how we can tell whether it's meters.
Oh, Billy.
Exactly. Now, we get 1,000 meters in 1 kilometer. So, that is 1,000 of these next to each other, lined up. That is 1 kilometer. Okay. So that's very big. Alright.
But the number is small and the number is big. He's asking is 1,000 centimeters bigger than 10 centimeters.
No, we say 1,000 centimeters.
No, we said why did the numbers are small, but the thing is big.
Because that's what you're measuring in, my darling. Okay, so now, who can tell me what we would measure in centimeters? Can you think of something we'd measure in centimeters? Tyler, can you think of something we'd measure with centimeters? So if you take your ruler, something you'd measure with your ruler. Your pencil case, yes. Anything else? Come on. A pencil, good job.
How big is
A box, yes. Your box that's on your table, yes. In Amanda? A chair, yes. You would use your centimeters for that. Avila? Okay. Your ruler, yes. Okay, what about millimeters? Those tiny ones. What would you use?
You would
Nowazi? An eraser, yes, a rubber. Sophia? Avila, please don't do that. Your pencil, you could also use millimeters to measure your pencil. It would be more accurate, which means we would be able to tell the exact measurement. Okay? A comb? A badge, so your badge, your academic badge, yes. Yes, your sharpener as well. Hey, what about meters, guys? A comb?
a desk.
Your desk, yes. You might get a better measurement if you do centimeters though. Okay, Ayanda? Your counting charts in meters. With this one. In meters. 1 meter. Come on, think guys. What about classroom? Our classroom we can measure in meters. What about? Our doors, yes. What else? Your mat, no. You could use your mats. You could use centimeters for mats. I see. Your board, your whiteboard, and your chalkboard, yes. And you see where?
You can measure your dolls.
Your dolls.
Yes, I can measure them.
Your dolls, maybe with centimeters, okay?
Miss,
Just wait. Caleb? Sorry?
A bin.
A bin? Well, our bin, do you think we'd measure it with meters? Or would you rather use centimeters? Centimeters. Because if it's going to be less than a meter, we should use centimeters because it's small. Okay, no. What about kilometers, guys?
The shelf.
No. Remember, 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters. So it's 1,000 of these. Put together. So,
That's a classroom.
Mza? No. Guys, what about when you're on a road trip and you need to figure out how far you have to drive? We use kilometers. Because it's going to be a long drive, so we got to figure out how far we've got to go. We've got to figure out the length of our trip. Okay, put your hands down. Okay? Now, what I want to do, I'm just going to rub this off the board. A car?
What about the bus?
Your car you could measure in meters, guys.
Oh, a truck.
Meters.
A train.
Maybe kilometers for train, or you could do meters.
A truck.
Hey, I'm just gonna separate these. Okay, Uklam, please behave. Okay, now what we are going to do, I want you guys to come up. I'm going to call you and I want you to put the object into the right column. Okay, let me just finish writing these again. Okay, so I'm going to call you guys up and you got to put the object under the right column of what you'd use to measure the object. So, if it is a dice, what should it be? Underneath where? What should we use it? What should we measure it with? Abby?
We should measure it in centimeters.
Centimeters? Isn't that a millimeters, guys? Because it's very small and we can tell exactly how long it is more accurately if we use millimeters. Okay, and Amanda, come up. Yeah, your first one. What is it, guys?
It's a classroom.
A classroom. What would we measure it with? What would we measure it in? No. It goes from small to huge measurements. Meters. Good. You stick it there. Good job. Okay. No, I see. Okay, we've got a fishy. What would we measure our fishy in? Think about if it's a very small object, we use
Okay.
if it's very small. Okay. Is she right, guys?
Yes.
Would we measure it in meters?
No.
What would we measure it in? Millimeters, guys, because it's something that's very small. So we can take our ruler. I'll show you. Take our ruler and we measure it from the tip of the tail all the way to the front. That's on the wrong end because I'm not a 0. Sorry, it's backwards. Okay, and it is 66 millimeters. Okay, so if I use my centimeters, look here, it will only tell me it is just over 6.5 centimeters. So I don't know exactly how long it is. Okay, but we want to know exactly how long it is. So we'll be millimeters. Sophia. Okay. Okay, we got a chalkboard and a blackboard. What would we measure it in?
No.
Are you sure?
No. Are you sure? Are you sure?
Okay. Go sit. Mza, is she right?
No.
You don't know? Apom, can you come fix it?
He's not right.
No, it's too late.
She's not right.
Where should it be? What would we measure this in? Would we use our ruler? No. Would we use our ruler and would we go like this?
No.
And then tip. And then tip. No. Would we use?
Yes.
Would we use this?
Yes.
So that's 1 meter, 2 meters, 2 meters, and 40 centimeters. So what would we use?
I know.
Good job. We would use meters, guys. Okay. Sarah. Big sticks. Okay. We've got a bed. What would we measure it in? You can use meters or you can even use centimeters if you really want to.
So why don't we put it in the middle?
You can. Your measuring tape will always have your meters and your centimeters on there. Look.
Then we can.
Hey, Abby, cool. Hey, stop. On this, we have little lines to show our millimeters. Then we have the big numbers. Can you see the big numbers?
Yes.
That's our centimeters. How many do we need to make a meter? How many centimeters do we need to make a meter? No! That's kilometers. We need 100. Okay, so we need that many to make 1 meter. Can you see? Okay. Abigail, come. Okay, we've got a pizza. What would we measure it in? Okay, depending on the size, you would measure it in millimeters or centimeters. Okay. I see. We have a safety pin. How small is a safety pin?
Very small.
Show me how small do you think a safety pin is? Try with your fingers. Like this, babe. So, what would we measure it in? Good job. Okay. Andy, see where? We have a teeny tiny little ladybug. What would we measure it in? It's teeny tiny. Good job. We would measure it in millimeters, guys. Great, Sue. Zondile. Come quickly, please. Come quickly. Okay, we have a long, windy road. What would we measure it in?
There's this long.
It's a long, windy road. Can you see it's going all that way? It's still going.
It's small.
Hey? No. Think about the long road. What would we measure it in if we were doing a long road trip? And we were thinking, okay, we must go home. Do you think it's millimeters, centimeters, meters, or kilometers?
Yes.
Good job, Zah. It is kilometers, guys. Ayanda, come. Okay, this is a little ring. If we were measuring the little diamond thingies inside the ring, the little diamonds in the ring, what would we measure it with? Millimeters. Good job. Who hasn't had a turn? Caleb, come on. We've got a ladder. What would we measure ladders in? Could be. No, you're right. Depending on how big our ladder is, we'll measure it in meters or centimeters, depending. Tyler. We have a bus.
You can sit upstairs or downstairs in the bus.
Wait, what do you think? You don't doubt yourself. Good job. It would be in meters because it's a big object. We can't use our centimeters, so we're going to take our ruler and stand by our bus and go, okay, there, and there, there. Exactly. Hey.
That's also very dangerous.
Who else has another turn? Abiela. Okay. We've got a chair. What would we measure it in?
Chair.
Good job. Centimeters, guys. Open. Come. We've got a crocodile. Guys, excuse me. Oh, you sure?
No.
Mrs. Shaw would know. Hey?
It is too big. It is
So it's going to be 1,000 of these to get one. Are we going to put 1,000 of these next to each other to measure the crocodile?
No.
We usually measure them in centimeters, guys, unless they are really, really old and they've gotten very big. Okay. Who else hasn't had a turn? Has everyone had a turn now? So you have. Okay, let's go again. Why are you screaming at me? Hey, I see Cup. Tyler did have a turn. We've got a tree. Why are you guys screaming at me? Ayana, what is wrong? Mrs. Shaw didn't have a turn. Okay, Mrs. Shaw. What about this one?
What is that, an ant?
A tiny little ant.
Kilometers.
Kilometers. Is she right?
No!
No.
Meters.
Oh, meters.
No!
No.
Centimeters.
No!
Millimeters.
Hey. Oh, is it my turn? Is it my turn? Okay. Mzwandile. Okay. I've got a turtle. I think it must be. It must be millimeters. Meters. Okay, it's centimeters. Alright. What else do we have here?
We have a door. A door.
Sophia.
Let's go.
Okay, grade 2s. It is it's an elephant. Kilometers.
1,000 of the.
Okay, we're gonna go over this again. 1,000 of these next to each other.
Would it make an elephant?
Would it make an elephant?
No.
Because that is kilometers. 1,000 of these. So what do you think? Okay? And you see where? Is it right? Would we measure an elephant in centimeters? No, what would we measure it in then? Meters. Good job. Okay. Now, next terminology I want to use is shorter and longer. Shorter and longer. What does it mean if I say this pencil is longer than this pencil? Above? It is bigger, so it has a bigger number when we measure it. So if we measure them both, the longer one will have a higher number than the shorter one. So if I draw 2 lines, my goodness.
Use my ruler.
My chalk's breaking, that's why.
Then use some.
Which one is longer, which one is shorter? Is this one shorter?
No.
Is it longer?
Yes.
Because we're starting here at the same point. Oh, ow. Ow. We're starting at the same point, but it still goes further than this one, am I right? So that one is longer. What's this one? Shorter, okay? Let me just fix those. Okay. If I put these 2 teddy bears next to each other, and my piggy's falling over. Okay, if we put it next to each other, which one is taller and which one is shorter? Sarah?
The giraffe would be taller because of his neck.
Oh, but is he?
Yeah, the pig is.
The pig is. I'm not talking about a real giraffe, I'm talking about our little teddy bears. So, he's taller because they're both sitting on the same surface. They're both at the same point, but this one goes higher.
Because it's taller.
Yes, so Abby, come stand by me.
Because also Abby because you.
Okay, we're standing on the same floor, right? closer because you are down there. Okay. Go sit. But guys, when we are measuring, we have to stand or start on the same level. So if I have a fishy.
Fishy. I got Jesus. Okay, that's good.
Okay, I have a fishy. And I have another fishy here.
Oh, cute. Oh, I know.
Ah, woo. That's what it said.
Okay. Can you tell if they are the same or not? You can't, guys, because they are not lined up together. Unless you go and you take a ruler and you measure them and you say, okay, this one is, let's see, this fishy is 170 millimeters. And this one is 205 millimeters.
Oh!
Okay. Then you would know that this one is bigger, is longer, and this one is shorter.
That's a baby.
Okay. But if they were lined up together and this fishy was here, wouldn't it be easier to tell? Because it would look like this. Let me show you. Hey, can you see that now we can easily say that this one is and this one is
Shorter.
okay, because this one goes further. Okay, that is how we can tell. Okay, Sarah, I'm gonna hand out your little key cards quickly.
Key cards. Key cards. Yay, pink. Green.
Okay, this is to help us remember how many millimeters are in a centimeter, how many centimeters are in a meter,
I just want to
and how many. Abby, you guys are being a little bit rude.
millimeters.
Shh. Can I teach?
Yes.
Okay. It's showing you how many millimeters are in a centimeter, how many centimeters are in a meter, and how many meters are in a kilometer. Now, can you guys see that I've used letters to show what a word is?
Yes.
So what do we use for millimeters?
Millimeters is M.
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 M. Okay, and centimeters, what do we use?
C.
cm. Sarah, for meters, what do we use?
We use MC. We use it. What is it again?
Just an M. And for kilometers, we use K. M. Okay. I'm gonna. Ooh.
Good thing it didn't break.
Good thing it didn't break. I'm gonna ask Abby to hand out on this side, and then I want to start with one of our activities, and then I'm going to teach you guys a bit more about kilometers and meters and centimeters. Okay, quickly, Abby and Alicia.